So I went to the beach today and was dumb enough to only use oil because it had an SPF of 4, and I end up looking like a Coke can or a lobster. So with VidCon starting today and the fact that it's summer and I don't want to walk around looking like a lobster, I thought that I'd show you guys my tips and tricks on how I cover up sunburn even when it's extremely bad. So let's get started. So I'm going to first begin with a moisturizer. So moisturizing your skin is going to tremendously help reduce the amount of peeling. Even though peeling is still going to occur, it's going to occur a lot less when you do moisturize, and also it helps the sunburn heal a lot quicker. So I'm using the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. I take about this much and just distribute this onto your face and your neck. Did you know that your neck is the first place that shows signs of aging? True. Helps if you pat it in rather than rub it, also because it kind of hurts when you rub and you have sunburn. So after you have moisturized, it's time to go in with a primer because we're going to be putting on a lot of products, so it's best to use a primer to help keep them on all day. And also you can knock out 2 birds in 1 stone and also neutralize your skin at the same time. So I'm using the Bare Minerals Prime Time Foundation Primer, and this is the neutralizing one, and I'll show you. It comes out yellow. And yellow helps counteract red and discoloration on your skin. So I'm just patting this onto my cheeks. And I know that it looks crazy right now, but it's really going to help. And I'm just using my fingers because your fingers help blend product into your skin really nicely. And I'm just patting this in because it gets the product deeper into my skin and it will make it sink in longer. The only thing that I have to say about this primer is that it is, maybe I should take off this necklace. The only thing that I have to say about this primer is that it is kind of greasy and oily. So if you have oily skin, this probably isn't the best one for you. But at the same time, it's hard finding a primer that is color correcting that isn't like oily and greasy, because they have to use a lot of different like chemicals to make it have that ability. So after you have the primer done, you're ready to move on to the next step, which is correcting. Or I guess it's more correcting, whatever. So for this, you want to use a green corrector because green always counteracts with red. And I'm going to be using the Graftobian corrector palette. I'm going to take this green right here. A little bit of this green goes a really long way. And I'm going to use a BH Cosmetics foundation brush with this. So I'm just going to take the green and dab this onto my skin. And you can tell that it already makes a huge difference. I don't think I've ever shown my piercing. It doesn't look too pretty right now. I didn't clean it this morning, but that's my piercing. It's a tragus piercing, if anyone cares. And I'll do half of my face with the color corrector so you guys can see the difference that it makes. And a lot of times people are scared of corrector because they think it's gonna make their skin like green or orange or yellow. It's not going to. It's just going to make it neutral. And you go over it with foundation too, so it's not like your skin is going to stay this color.
The L'Oreal one makes my face green.
My friend just told me that the L'Oreal my friends have told me that the L'Oreal one makes their skin like stay green, so I guess L'Oreal doesn't work too well, but the Graftobian one works great. I was gonna take this onto my eyelid because I have sunburn on my eyelid all over my face basically. Really bad. And you don't want to put this all over your face just where the sunburn is, but I'm kind of putting it all over mine because I have sunburn all over mine. But if it was like just your nose that was sunburn, you want to cover up just your nose, or whatever the problematic area is. So you can see the difference that it makes when you have a color corrector on versus a non-color corrector. So now I'm gonna move on and finish up this other side, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what it looks like when your whole face is color corrected. I know that it looks weird and kind of like the Wicked Witch of the West a little bit, but I promise with foundation it's not gonna look like this. And then also when you take it onto your neck, you just do the same thing, dab it onto the sunburn and cover up wherever you need it. Alright, so I just color corrected my face and my neck, and it's as neutralized as I can get it. I didn't go all the way up to my strap, as you can see, but just for the sake of this video, we're gonna move on. Now for foundation, you can use any foundation that matches your skin as long as it is somewhat yellow based. Having a yellow base will again help keep it corrected, but also cancel out the green so you're not green anymore. So from the drugstore, I would recommend these Maybelline Instant Age Rewind foundations. The majority of these are yellow based, and that's a like standard for these foundations. However, for this video, I'm going to be using the Graftobian palette because I am just obsessed with this palette. It's all HD, and this is the warm one, so it does have more yellowy undertones as opposed to pink or neutral. If you did have a pink or a neutral undertone, you would kind of make the green not fade away as much. It would still be covered up regardless, but having a yellow will counteract the green the most to make you neutral again. And if you just use neutral, the green is still gonna show through, if that makes sense. When applying the foundation, I'm gonna be using a dense brush like this. This is the Stila 33 brush. Here I'm just grabbing the color that matches my skin when I am not burnt, and you can tell that either by looking at anything that isn't burnt, or if you are matching to the rest of your body that isn't burnt, match it to your arm. I know that you're not supposed to when matching like your face and your neck and your body and everything, but if your face is burnt as well as your neck, find a place that isn't burnt and match it to that. So this is like the only exception that that's okay. So here I'm just going to be stippling the product onto my skin, and I know that it looks like the complete wrong color, but I promise once it's all blended, it will match perfectly in. And some people like to put powder on after the corrector and then go in with a cream product again. Don't do that because it's going to get super duper cakey and that is not going to look cute, I promise. Also, some people will want to use powder products like a powder foundation. You can do that, again, just stick along the lines of having it be more yellow based, but I just like using cream products because I think it is more full coverage against sunburn. And by stippling it on like this in dabbing motions, I get more of a coverage with using less product than if I were to like go like this and streak it on. Plus that kind of hurts my sunburn a little bit, so dabbing helps. So you can see the difference of half of my face having it be with foundation and then color correction. So it just brings the color back to me. So now that my face is evened out, I'm going to move on to my neck and just repeat the process wherever I applied the green corrector, and you can really tell what a difference it makes. And you see, it's just, it's not good. I'm so sunburned. Lesson learned is wear a sunscreen even though you want to get tan. I just don't get tan, I just burn because I am so pale, so sorry about that. And then obviously we want the rest of our face makeup to last all day long. So I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics Translucent Powder. You can use a pressed powder that is tinted if you would wish, or if you want, however you'd say that sentence, but I'm just going to use a translucent because I don't think I need to add any more coverage to my face. If I did feel that I had to, I would use a tinted one, but I think I got it pretty covered up. I'm using a Real Techniques powder brush with this. I love this brush, and I'm just dabbing this all over my face. I normally don't do this because I have dry to normal skin, so it's not necessary for me, but when I have this much product on my face and neck and I'm trying to cover something up, I think that it's rather crucial. And now you could go about finishing off your face makeup. I'm just going to quickly fill in my eyebrows, add a little bit of bronzer and blush and highlight, and that's it. So those are my tips and tricks for covering up sunburn. Obviously you can use that anywhere that you need. It can be on just one spot on your face, it can be like on your arm, just wherever. And also, whenever you guys are done, you can also go back in and put blush back on because your face is now back to one color. So you can do it just like how you would normally do your makeup. And obviously I didn't cover up everything because I'm still super red, but that's just how you would cover up a sunburn. And if you guys found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know that you guys liked this video. Be sure to stay updated with me between every Thursday because I upload every Thursday by following me on Twitter and Instagram and Tumblr. My links are all down below, as well as my Spotify and SoundCloud if you guys want to know what music I'm listening to. Be sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss next Thursday's video, and I will see you then. Have a great week, and I hope your sunburn is feeling better. Bye.